Hello, good people. You'll notice that we're the Kris the Critic show, but it's kind of the Gina B and Shontelle takeover today. Kris is on a little bit of a hiatus as he's been for the last couple of weeks, and we are here to tantalize you with another of our exciting topics. Last year we had kind of a fun one. Last week.
Well, some of you all didn't like it, but we have one that's far more.
But some of you really liked it. Like a little more than you should have. Is all I'm saying. I got some DMs. About people who claiming to what about my energy? Like, why they're like, well, you didn't.
We can't see you through the comments.
Yeah, I know. That's my whole point. So whatever,
Come on, guys.
Anyway, so today, and this topic was born of a conversation that Shontelle and I were having, which is really born of a conversation that she was having with somebody else, and we were talking about social climbing in dating and relationships.
Yes.
And do you date people that raise your social currency? And we're talking about some popular couples that it's debatable as to who raised whose social currency. So, Shontelle, I'll let you take it away and discuss the origin story of this topic.
So, somebody posted on Facebook and shout out to Javen from the A Lot podcast because I saw what was posted. And my boyfriend called me and asked me the question, who improved who more? Or that wasn't exactly the question, but who raised whose social capital? Russell Westbrook, isn't that his name? Or
Russell Wilson.
Sorry. Or Sierra. Now, the comments kind of exploded that he increased Sierra's social capital, which I argue that they pretty much did the same for each other, right? And the reason I say that is because, sure, he brought her back into the limelight. She had gotten out that relationship with the Future, so he married her. She became a wife and a mother. Well, she was already a mother, but even more of a mother.
Yeah, she became a wife.
She started getting, some endorsements based on that. So
Russell.
Yeah, I get it. Yes. But at the same time, think about who Russell was before he got with Sierra. Let's think about that for a second.
Nobody checking for Russell.
Nobody cared about him.
Our producer,
literally.
Our producer's like.
And I'm not talking about from a Super Bowl perspective. Yes, he was a Super Bowl champion. That was lovely.
Whatever.
But who was in the news? Who was in the news after February, the second week in February? Who was in the news almost every other month?
Yeah.
It wasn't Russell. Nah. It was Sierra and her dating Future and her breaking up with Future and having a baby.
Yeah, it was all hot mess. I mean, she had the hot mess press.
She did. And I would even go further to say the way we saw Russell completely change when he got with Sierra. Basically, the way that people saw him was a black man who only dated white women. He was kind of corny.
Right. And not only that, but the big debate with Russell Wilson and Sierra is that all these men will say, oh, he's a punk because, he knocks himself out and treats her very well.
Because he treats her well, as opposed to Future who dogged the shit out of her.
Basically dragged her behind the truck. Yeah, I mean, he may as well have. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But real talk. Anyone can be in the news, but not everybody can be in the Super Bowl.
No, everybody cannot be in the news. That's inaccurate.
That is inaccurate.
That's not true. You see the same 12 people in the news. I can't be in the news. You know what I would have to do to get in the news?
Well, okay, we're trying not to be in the news for serial killing. But I mean, okay. So to your credit, though, she was on the Hot Mess Express with the press.
She was.
That's all I'm saying. So, but, okay.
And name another Future baby mama. I dare y'all. In the comments, name another Future baby mama.
Does he have any other baby mamas?
He has like 7.
Oh, I don't know who they are.
Name another.
I don't know.
We can only name Sierra, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whoever's suing him in the moment. They all sue him.
Because they're all, at some point, he's like the worst gamble for having as a baby daddy. You'll never get any money out of his ass. All right, so, but other couples, and see, this is another hotly debated point. And as a matter of fact, I was having this conversation named 2 Sierra hit songs.
My Goodies. And what's the one about Like a Boy? Boom. Nah. Done.
You got lucky.
Yeah,
it took me a second.
Because I'm sitting here scratching my head like I don't know what the yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Or
but
y'all.
She was a spokesperson for a big cosmetics company, wasn't she? Wasn't she like L'Oreal something? I mean, but anyway. But another hotly debated couple, and this strikes the chord with me because I can't stand one of these people, is the J-Ho Ben Affleck relationship. Now, okay. Let's go all the way back to when they got together in the beginning, okay? Let's talk about this. Because She almost ruined his career the first time. Do you
did,
remember?
That's true.
Oh my God.
In the early 2000s? That was the early 2000s.
Yeah, where he was like on the path of being like a serious screenwriter and blah. I mean, he was troubled because he is. But he gets with her, and the next thing you know, he's in a fur coat on some Jenny from the Block video, rubbing her ass, wearing a grill.
What was that terrible movie
that
did?
That was horrible. So she lowered his social capital.
She did.
100%.
She 1000%.
But now
he's a little bit more relevant.
But I think she's raising his social capital
while she's lowering her own.
Can it be lower?
Hers?
I don't know.
She was slutting with Puff and Ben. What does got to do with Ben Affleck? What does this have to do with Ben Affleck?
That's the way she got her CD done, was when she was hooking up with Puffy.
And
otherwise, that album would never have gotten done.
And just so we clear, every man who's dated her.
Social status.
Social climbing, yeah.
Social climbing, right.
Did she use Puffy to social climb? 1000%. And a bad actor. Who the hell is the bad actor?
I said actress.
Oh, well, I mean, nobody cares about her for her acting and her singing.
Because she can't do either. She's horrible. But my point is that the first time she almost ruined his career, and now, he'd been through rehab, he's got divorced, his career was a little down. Now, she's like elevating him.
She did all that to him.
She probably did do all of it to him. I'm not going to, and she married about 17 people in between. And real talk, like, he wasn't
married 4 times?
Probably. She'll be on her 5th at some point. But, not a question of if, it's when. But he wasn't going to bring her home.
To what, his mother?
Like, back before he was married with kids. He's like Boston white boy.
He is a very
He ain't bringing home someone from the Bronx to be like, hey, this is going to be the mother of your grandchildren, and his parents would have a heart. So, yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
So
the timing was off on that.
Right? Because he married Jennifer Garner. I finally remember her last name.
Garner, yeah, Jennifer Garner.
So do you think that was kind of what happened, right? I mean, because they broke up. I forgot why they broke up. Then he went and married Jennifer, had all these kids.
Yep.
Came back to J-Lo.
Yep.
And now he can, like, marry her free and clear without worrying
about...
Yeah,
because they're not having any kids, and there's nothing at stake there.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's nothing at stake. He went through the whole thing where he was, he had his kids. He had his nice little white wife. You know what I mean?
That is.
And they had that. And so his mother's probably like, do whatever you want now. But just don't bring no Bronx babies up in here.
Well, I think she's well past that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, she's not doing that anymore.
She can't.
No,
she's
she can't.
52?
Something.
51? Something like that.
She's
too old to be having any babies.
But this is my point exactly. Now everybody might as well just do whatever they want and be happy.
I'm really sad she sang at that wedding. That was the biggest.
Was it horrible? How bad was it?
I mean,
has anyone seen that clip? Let us know.
It was kind of corny.
Well, how bad was her singing? Was it auto-tune?
It was equally as bad as it always
Okay,
is.
so it was terrible.
And she had no auto-tune, right? So it's like literally her singing.
Oh, it didn't run through auto-tune?
Dancers at her, like, I get you, J-Lo. Like, I get it. But this is not the time. But your 3 background dancers and you're hopping around. It's everything about it is just corny.
The whole thing was horrible. Okay, so next couple, and this is another interesting one before we get into like just how people like date up in general. But so Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Ooh.
So recently in the news, she said that being with Kanye gave her a certain level of respect. Like she got more respect being with Kanye. I agree with that. I mean, Kanye might be a lunatic, but at least, he is accepted in the art community, and he gave her something she could not have purchased.
He gave it, honestly, he did it for the entire family, if we want to be truly authentic. Because all of them started getting invited to the Met. All of them started going to all the fashion shows. Yes, he for sure did it for Kim.
The Kardashians like roaches.
But they...
one of them gets their foot in the door, it's over.
All of them started having... they're more recent, like Kourtney and Khloe.
Yeah, all those other ones. Recent, and Kylie.
With
all that plastic surgery.
They're more recent trying to elevate, but yeah, he elevated that entire family.
Yeah, I mean, she would never have been on the cover of Vogue. She's on like her second cover.
I think she's past. I think she's like on her 10th cover.
10th?
Because she's been on like on Bangkok.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of U.S. Vogue.
And she's on several covers.
But she's been on the cover, and then, he changed her style. Did you see what she was wearing before she got with Kanye?
So, normally...
all that floral shit she used to wear?
Somebody coming in my closet and wiping everything out and rebuying it would be a super red flag. That was the best thing that ever happened to her.
It most 100% was. Because all that floral, like, bright colors and, traditional...
Hervé dresses.
Oh, the bandage dresses?
Loved it. But he came in and neutralized
he was like, oh, no, baby. No. Baby, no.
Look, normally a man don't come in and improve your life like that, but shout out to Kanye because he made her flawless, changed her makeup. Everything about her improved upon his arrival. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Everything.
I can't be mad at Kanye.
Maybe she got a better plastic surgeon.
Probably. I wouldn't be down it.
But you know what? The thing I can give her credit for, she admits it.
How could she not?
But she does.
It's like obvious as hell.
It is obvious, but she admits it. She would say that she says that he elevated her.
Do you think that he keeps her? Does she need him anymore? Maybe that's.
I don't think so. Well, I think she married him about as long as one could.
She went.
You know what I'm saying? She had 4 children with him.
That would have never happened with me.
Oh my God. 4.
He would have got 1. I'd have been like, nah, we good.
Yeah, 1. We're solidified after that 1. But, the Kardashians like to have babies with the same people no matter what, right? Because you see what,
Don't get me on my soapbox about the having the same baby daddy thing.
No.
I have a whole speech about how that makes no sense to me, but it's fine.
Well, it's better than having 6 baby daddies.
I disagree. At least when you have multiple, it shows that you recognize that last one was kind of not it, and you try it again with a new one.
Right, but how many baby daddies do you want to have?
That's fair.
Father's Day does not need to be the most confusing day of the year at your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see people, all these brothers pulling up to the house, picking their baby up for Father's Day. It's like, wait, who's daddy? Oh, that's your daddy. Okay, you go with him. All right, who's daddy? Okay, that's you. You got 4 siblings over there.
I'm not encouraging.
Do you have, look, I'm just trying to simplify people's lives.
I'm not encouraging, 7 baby daddies. But what I am saying is having 7 babies with the same deadbeat ass, no good ass man. I'm never impressed by that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just wanted all my kids to have the same daddy. It's
that's not a good enough reason for me.
Crazy daddy. You're propagating the gene pool multiple. The more babies you have, the more chance some shit's gonna go wrong. Is all I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
You keep attaching them help longer and longer and longer and longer. Who? You got them 18 years out. Now you're in there 25, 26 years. Everybody got time for that.
What we got from Nate Turner. I hate how Ray J didn't get any positive jump off the Kim K video. She just laid there the whole time, weak as hell.
Well, that's what he was with her for,
That's
Nate.
what he wanted, Nate.
He wasn't there to, elevate her. He was there to get his
He was there to elevate her legs. That's what he wanted. I think he got what he came for.
And to be fair, Kim was what, 21? Who was really good in bed at 21, 22? I was. Kingdom, stop it. I definitely wasn't. You improve over time.
Depends on what year you get started.
Well,
fair.
Fair.
You get started at 12. You're a veteran at that point. I don't know.
Started at 12.
Hopefully you don't. But what I'm saying is,
So I just cutting her some bail. She was very young in that video.
She was young.
So her
didn't know what she was doing.
She had to improve because she was terribly whack. I do agree.
But the point is, yes, Ray J.
He didn't strategize properly.
He did not. If Ray J had any kind of...
But he didn't have any social capital. Not like that.
No.
He could have got on Love and Hip Hop. That's about...
he was Brandy's brother.
I think that this is claim to fame.
This is Brandy's brother. Okay, so what's the next comment from Nate Turner?
Remember when Prince knocked her... Oh, yes, I do.
Off stage, zero rhythm. No one's accusing her of being a dancer.
Nobody said she can dance.
Now, that was hilarious. Prince is you need to get off my stage if you're not going to dance.
Dancing with the Stars.
That was horrible. Okay, but we're totally off topic. Point is that Kanye did 1000%. Elevate her. That is what happened.
And to do a segue.
But she's paying the price for it now, I think.
You think so?
All that crazy shit that goes on it keeps her relevant. It keeps people talking about her. But it's just, to me, that would be harrowing. Because, he's borderline. That was... to publicly threaten the person that she's with on social media just because she happened to be with him. You know what I mean? Just for no other reason than he's boning your ex. Like that's insane.
So Kanye
that shouldn't even be legal.
I don't disagree with that at all. I'm just curious, right? What is happening that gets him to the level that he's doing that? I'm not saying Kim is doing anything.
Insanity.
I don't know, but I just would love to be the fly on the wall of what the hell is being said.
What the trigger
what
is
happening? When are these conversations happening?
My fiance is convinced that she's doing something to trigger him.
She could be unintentionally doing something to trigger him, because that's a thing, right?
She could be a crazy catalyst. I call them crazy catalysts.
She could absolutely be, because she knows dance and sex are the same. That's inaccurate. Kanye is crazy yet a genius. Talent E-Y. I think
talent-wise.
That's something we could argue.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would argue. Genius, I think, first of all, I know we completely off topic. We're going to go back to social.
We are, but
genius is highly overused.
It is.
It's completely overused.
And it's not clinically used. Like, there are clinical, that is a clinical level of IQ.
So?
Genius, yeah. A genius IQ is a very, it's defined, right? If your IQ is over a certain thing, you're genius. That's it. I don't know what his IQ score is.
I don't think it'd be.
I don't know if it's genius. This is my whole point, but I think that we're overblowing that whole thing. My whole thing is that I think that would be personal hell, to have to and she'll never get rid of him because she's got 4 kids.
He can't go nowhere.
He can't go anywhere. And imagine having 4 of those baby daddies.
Can you imagine when she actually does decide to get married? Oh my God!
It'll happen in a year.
To who though?
I don't know. Whoever can deal with that shit.
I really want her to marry somebody that's nobody knows who the hell he is.
Well, hopefully maybe it'll be like a rich investor that can elevate her social capital even more.
Or somebody who's an executive at LVMH or something, somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody who's an investor, somebody who's but will that be interesting enough for her?
I hope so, because she's lived enough of an interesting life. She needs more quiet. Stability.
But to stay with our topic, the social climbing thing. So where would she want to be next? Now she's opening an investment firm, right?
I don't think she needs a social climb. Where is it for her to go?
This is my question. So who would she need next? That's the question.
Jesus? I don't know.
I want somebody to elevate me to heaven.
Not saying that Kanye is Jesus by no stretch of the imagination, but just given where she is and what she's been able to accomplish.
Oh, look, Kris is watching.
Hey, Kris.
Kris is thanking Nate for joining us. Thank you.
That's not
Oh, I thought Kris was watching us.
He probably is.
He's just being quiet. So that takes us to let's bring it down to our level.
Now that Kim is marrying Jesus.
Now that Kim is marrying Jesus. So how many people do you think date for social currency?
Percentage?
And do you think that men do it more than women?
Oh, for sure.
You think so? Why? Why do you think that men do it? He prefers that his children be raised by a Donda West and not a Kardashian.
And that's inaccurate, because if that was true, he wouldn't have married Kim and had babies with her. So that's completely inaccurate.
that's what they argue about. That's what I was talking about.
No, they argue about where. Well, okay, we're off. You're taking us back off topic. We were trying to get away from that shit. But I'm telling you,
it's actually to be with Kanye. You can't.
I'm telling you, it's I told you, they're like roaches. You can't get rid of the topic once it's in there.
All right, do men social climb?
1,000%
men social climb.
Okay, what kind of men social climb?
All
men social climb?
I was gonna go there, but
okay.
Do
you think that? Okay, now, I think for different reasons.
Okay.
So I think that men social climb either by having a gorgeous woman on their arm that elevates them, look who I could pull, therefore this is my currency, right? Or if he's kind of a trifling dude and she got some money, then he might social climb because he wants a little bit of a leg up.
Do you know how many men who have personally told me they would date Oprah?
You're not like that's the worst thing in the world.
No, but most men don't find her attractive, right? I'm sure there are men.
There is somebody who does.
But most men don't find her attractive. But she is so wealthy that men who don't find her attractive will give her a shot because of her.
Well, they figure she's got a lot of money. She's busy. She doesn't have time to be under them all the time. Yeah, access to them having a better life.
They want to be kept men. It's crazy.
Yeah, or someone to help fix this credit.
Fix your own damn credit.
There's a lot of women out there that are contributing to men's credit scores, though.
Yes.
The best you got getting out of Shontelle is a better wardrobe. That's all I can help you with. Your credit score is someone
your credit score is your thing, brother. Don't be over here trying to
help
think
you with some turtlenecks and some shoes. That's what I got.
But okay. All right, so you think that all men social climb?
The Kingdom said all.
Okay, what is our producer? You say what? You think all men social climb?
Yes.
Really?
Whoa.
Why?
I'm intrigued.
I mean, too.
Come on, Kingdom. How do all men social climb?
Yeah.
As a man.
Just share your perspective. Any other men want to weigh in?
Nate? Definitely want to hear that.
We want to hear this from you. Who else is here?
To be better than my father.
To be better, but you social climb with women to be better than your father?
Yeah.
But to be better than your father, don't you just want to work harder?
That's better than my mama.
Oh, Lord. I can't. Okay, for anybody who couldn't hear that, he says that he social climbs to be better than his father and finds a woman who's better than his mother. That's so mean.
I
hope your mama doesn't watch
all
this show.
y'all want to marry y'all
I'm glad. I
mamas.
hope she ain't either.
I hope she's not. But if you want to be better than your father, how about just work harder than your father? Or whatever the perception is of what it means to be better than your father, right? Must you date a woman that gets you there is my question.
I think...
Like you said, it looks too now.
Well, y'all for sure date women for looks. Right. And I never thought about it that way, that them dating women for looks is raising their social capital, because part of the reason they date women for looks is for other men, right? So other men can be like, damn, how'd you pull her?
I think everything is done for...
That's great. I didn't
for
never
the male
thought about
ego,
that.
right? Because men will look at another man's situation in totality, right? And say, look at him. He's got this car, he's got this, and he's got a fine-ass wife. So what? I want to be like that.
I want y'all to work on that.
That's what they do. That is what they do. Like, whole wars are fought over the quality of pussy somebody's getting.
Men,
I'm just saying. Men
don't like to acknowledge that, but y'all definitely do that.
I mean, it's true. It's, you know what? It's true. It is the God's honest truth. Like, and women, okay, so let's just move on over to the other side. Women, the whole goal is to find somebody who can provide the best life for you.
And I think
so that is the way that women will social climb.
I think there are...
Well, we are the original rehabbers. Our producer's like, one that we can fix up. We prefer, it's either going to be we want a work of art or a lump of clay. A lot of us don't have the intestinal fortitude for the lump of clay.
Not at a certain age. When you're in your 20s and even in your 30s, yeah, you like, oh, I can make it better.
I can fix that 40s, man, like, right? Man. You're like, oh, hell no. I'm not trying to fix him.
Like, certain things cannot
certain
be
things
together.
Can't be fixed.
Like your wardrobe. I'm fine with the subpar wardrobe. I can always handle that.
But
that's
see,
fine.
There's certain things that you maybe can influence, and there's certain things that you can't influence, right? You can influence a wardrobe.
You absolutely can.
Because some people just don't want to put the time into their wardrobe. They just don't want to go shopping.
Correct.
My fiance is that person. He does not enjoy shopping, right? And because I do enjoy shopping, I will pick up some things sometimes to be like, and he loves it because it's not anything that he'd go out and get, but he likes, whatever. Okay. Nate, if you catch a star, I get it. Fine, money, all that. Elaborate, Nate. I need some elaboration on that point.
Well, what's not?
But what you cannot change is character.
No, you can't.
You can't change if he's like trifling.
Yeah.
You can't change his ambition. Like you can't turn a guy who wants to be trifling into somebody who's not. You know what I mean? If a guy's on the take, he's just a person. I've known people who were just people who were on the take.
And you cannot change, and this is going to sound very elitist, but I'm sorry I have to say, you can't change that class level.
You cannot. You
can't do it. Like, if he a Harold's chicken man, he going to be one to the day he dies.
Right.
It just is what it is.
And if that's your speed,
that's cool.
That's your speed, but don't be like, I want to go to Gibson's.
He's not going to Civic Opera.
And, but there are some Harold's chicken people who are like, I want to get up in Gibson's. So that's where I'm trying to go, right? It happens. But to climb, you have to put your ego down because she won't be fine if she's gullible to game for the most part.
I disagree. I think social climbing is nothing but ego. I think that you have to have a level of ego to social climb. You can't be humble and social climb. I don't think those match.
No. Things you can't fix. I see Chancey is
wait a
bringing
minute.
It home. I love
Wait
Chancey.
a minute. Now the dick says I have heard there's a surgery where gain
that means it doesn't always work after that surgery.
And some girth. So
personality, sense of humor, lack of motivation. Oh, sense of humor. Oh my God. If they do not have senses of humor, they're not going to have one.
True.
And usually I find that more intelligent men have a sense of humor.
That's true.
I mean, you meet some dumb dude doesn't think anything's funny. That's it's the truth. And Nate Turner's like, ouch. It's you know what? It's the truth. I mean, you can't, can't argue with it. You can't argue with it. It's she has called it out.
Are there forever.
I mean, and so no matter, there's not a level of social climbing that you can do that is going to change any of the things that she named, the things that I named, right?
But if you're social climbing, are you really trying to change anything?
You may not care.
End goal.
Yeah,
and
the end
dick
game
size is kind of irrelevant to the goal at hand.
But the end game could be, hey, I just get this far and I'm out. So then I get this far and then I find somebody that's got, the size that I need or the ambition that I need and the sense of humor. But Chuck Prater, you cannot fix lack of ambition, drive, and determination. You can't fix that.
You cannot.
So and that is one, okay, so now we're segueing very nicely into the thing that we were talking about before, which is sometimes, I was reading an article. I'm taking up for Kris today. I've got a little bit of a list.
The list.
Right?
The
Kris got a list. There are 4 kinds of people who can date up.
Oh.
Okay?
Now pay attention if this is
Pay close attention to this list.
Give
okay.
You some gems.
So guys, all right? The reason why men can date up easily, according to this article, and I kind of agree, is that it has to do with the fact that women as a group are more likely to want to settle down, and so they're more likely to settle. And so a higher class woman who wants to settle down will just be like, all right, he'll do. You know what I mean? Unless she's in need. Like 2 broke people, that's not really.
Yeah.
That dog don't hunt, right?
That's enough broke people.
But so that's the first category
all right, guys,
of people who can date.
Viagra is just not for the women.
Who can
you
date
pick
up.
You a couple of I forgot what they call the rich women. Like in the Gold Coast.
Cougar,
they got a name for them. I forgot the name.
Oh, the rich women in the Gold Coast?
They have a name. I don't remember the name.
Money and success can help a man date up. That we're getting there, Chancey. You are ahead of the game. Okay, so anyone with a lot of power often in the form of money can date up because they can date into a different class level because they've achieved the thing that is usually the telltale, right? They've achieved the money. Right? So often guys with big finance jobs or older men
Chancey,
who lure younger women.
All ugly men can find a woman. It's really a sad
any man. Okay. Even exactly.
Broke
so
rich.
This is my theory, and everybody can debate this if they want to, but my theory is that any man, I don't care if he's homeless, I don't care if he weighs 600 pounds. Watch my 600-pound life, and then
everybody's in a relationship.
Any man can get married who wants to get married. Now,
That's the truth.
Now, I cannot speak to the quality of the woman that they will marry. I cannot speak to that. But if he just wants to get married, he can. Okay? So I'm not going to say she's going to be like a beauty queen. She's not going to be like whatever. I mean, it isn't like, those women are growing on trees. But at the same time, if he wants to find somebody who's willing to take care of him and be his wife, he can find one. There are women out here.
Totally agree.
Who want to do it. So he can date up 100%.
1000% agree.
Yep, exactly. But women can pull this off too. Rich women who have made money, like the ones with kind of cool jobs and they're decent enough to get them into specific echelons. According to this article, women who have some money can date up too.
When we say some money, what do we? Are they like talking
well,
like
right
200?
here?
Are we talking about 300?
Well, I don't know. Like the ones with relatively cool jobs and decent salaries who make enough money that they can pay for the apartments they live in with their smart and sexy but not very successful boyfriends.
Interesting. Okay.
Right. And this author says they've also seen cases in which not very attractive women from wealthy families have landed hot-ass husbands. We've all seen this. Have you ever seen the man where you're like, okay, one of these is not like the other? Because he might be fine and she's not.
Or like Prison Bae.
Oh my God, that is a perfect.
Do we remember
Prison Bay? Okay, this brother. Okay, now granted, Prison Bay was a hottie.
He was fucking fine,
but he was with Honey Boo Boo's mama. I mean, the equivalent of. He was with a woman from the trailer before he got the mugshot, and everybody's like, that prisoner's kind of fine.
And then he married.
But then he married.
Was it
like
a
one of the richest women?
It
wasn't a Vanderbilt. It was a something.
Rothschild.
I'm looking this up. I'm gonna tell you who he married because that shit was crazy.
I was like, what?
And he became like a high fashion model, and with like the teardrop, right? He didn't kill somebody. Yeah. Hold on, Prison Bay, and that is a perfect example. I can't even tell you. Jeremy Meeks is his name. In case anybody wants to go Google that right now.
I think they're divorced.
You don't know what, hell yeah, they're divorced. Yeah, look, he's like bringing the Clampetts into. Do you remember? Okay. Anyway, Jeremy Meeks. All right, so he was with Melissa Meeks for a while, right? And I'm gonna give you the whole lowdown of who his hot ass married. Okay, so personal life. Okay, he was in a relationship with Chloe Green, who is the daughter of businessman Philip Green, who is like, he was the chairman of the Arcadia Group and owned like Topshop and Topman and Selfridges, right? Like all these great big like elite, like well-known, respected, he probably just shit his pants when his daughter brought him home.
Oh my God.
And then they had babies.
Oh, they had children?
I believe, didn't they have babies?
I don't remember that. I just know they got divorced like 2 years ago or something.
They got divorced, but it was like, did they ever get, hopefully they, I don't know. For her sake, I just want to, yeah. She gave birth to the couple's son.
Okay.
And then in 2019, they split and they were selling their joint London home. And by joint, I mean hers, and he reaped some benefit from it.
I hope he took it.
Hello?
Yes, so just so we're clear, I'm an equal opportunity, get that money, especially black people, get that money.
Get it. And I'm going to show you what
get
Melissa
that London
Meeks.
flat.
But before he became famous for, by the way, committing a crime and
Do you
having.
even know what crime he committed?
I don't even know, but it was the mugshot that got him all that attention. Because everybody was like, wait, that prisoner is kind of fine.
He is fine as hell.
Like, that was what people were reacting to. It was a mugshot. So that goes to show you. Yeah. Okay, his net worth. American Fashion Model, who has a net worth of $5 million. Yes, he's a former Crip. So that shows you right there what good looks can do for you. And with wealthy women. That right there, that anecdote tells you. That tells the whole story.
So black men, what did we learn from this story?
Be fine.
Be fine. Go to jail for banging, and you too can marry a Rothschild. She ain't a Rothschild.
She's not a Rothschild, but damn, she got that kind of money.
Close enough. Maybe an oil baroness.
Whatever. Millions of dollars. Now he has a net worth of $5 million.
Which is, you can live off that. You can if you invested properly.
I know his white trash ex is like, give me some of that.
Oh my God.
Because did you see who he was married to before?
No.
Girl, let me tell you something.
No.
Melissa Meeks.
That's her?
Yeah, but she looks a little better in this picture than I've seen her. No. I mean, like, she was kind of shitty because when people were just swooning over her husband, she's like, he's a married man. I was like, okay.
He fine. What you want us to do?
Yeah, I know. How do you want us to help you with that?
You marry somebody fine, you have to be prepared.
And she was like, he cheated on me just days before my birthday.
Shocker,
and it's like,
he's fine.
And he had a lot of, what did Chris Rock say? Men are about as faithful as their options.
Men are faithful as their options, which is a whole other show.
She looks really good now, though. Like,
good for her.
Well, she's cashing in on that $5 million. Like, don't sleep. She's getting some child support.
I respect it, though. I love a good glow up.
Okay, back to our list. So we can talk about who else can date up.
Kino's gonna share.
Are you gonna share the screen?
Meeks.
No, you gotta share a pre-money picture.
Meeks.
You know what, Kingdom? Don't try that because that's not going to go well.
Okay.
I'm telling you, just let people Google that because I can just see now.
I know how to do
All right, next point though. This is true, and this speaks to our earlier point. Who else can date up? People who are willing to date crazy people. Okay. Oh, well, okay.
If they got money.
Here's the deal.
And prestige and access, yes.
I think, and right here it says, it's dudes who take on a crazy person in order to land a lady who's a few notches up on the desirability meter.
Nate, what is y'all thing with crazy women? Can you
y'all love some crazy
a very
cooch.
high level summary of why y'all like crazy women? I just want to understand.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, they like the crazy, the needy,
and y'all been doing it wrong.
wild
y'all
sex.
Need to get rich crazy women, and y'all be in better positions.
Some of them do get rich crazy women, though.
Maybe.
If you're willing to date a crazy man, you could find one. There are a lot of rich, controlling dudes that nobody wants to. I mean, like.
That reminds me of this story. So, quick story. I knew this girl who was dating a soccer player. This was 100 years ago, so nobody recent. He came to her and told her that he wanted to be able to have unprotected sex with her while he was having unprotected sex with like 20 other women, but she couldn't have sex with nobody at all.
Well, she may as well be having sex with everybody because he's having unprotected sex.
I was like, and what'd you say? She was like, I told him fuck you. I was like, good, because that was funny.
But somebody bites that bait, though. Oh, you think she's lying? Oh.
No, she wasn't. Because I knew that's not uncommon for her. She get attracted a lot of entertainment people. Rappers, singers, athletes.
They're all
she attracted
crazy.
them all. She was really, really pretty.
Yeah, well. She wasn't. But you can if you want to date crazy. There are a lot of options if you want to date crazy.
I'm not good for crazy.
I don't do crazy. Crazy's not my jam. Okay. So, and this is the other one that we were talking about. Other people who can date up successfully. Creative types. Because creativity and people who have creative talent, that's something that transcends a lot of barriers, right? So, sometimes it transcends racial barriers. Mm-hmm. And, but he's so creative. And oh my God, he's so hot and he's so creative. I don't care if he doesn't have any money. He's contributing to the world. It's like, okay.
Ooh, you gotta be really rich to say some bullshit like that.
Yeah. But I mean, real talk. So
super rich.
Yeah, if you broke Becky. Probably rich Becky would say that.
You mean broke Becky whose parents are rich? Because only people who are thinking like that are rich people.
Yeah, but this article says, after a certain point, if the dude or chick hasn't achieved some kind of success, some sort of creative acclaim, that artsy bohemian luster fades pretty quickly.
I would imagine, yes.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. It's like when it's the burgeoning artist that has so much potential. At some point, you switch from a person who has a lot of potential to someone who did not live up to their expectations. At some point, you cross that line.
Yeah, and if the sex is whack, it's probably going to be super fast when you get to that point.
But I mean, people love creatives. People love a creative.
You know what? Creative people are super fun.
They're fun, but it's also, they possess something that you can't buy.
That's true.
Like, you can't go to school and get it. I mean, usually a lot of it's so inherent. And people want that energy because it's not something that everybody can have. And so that's why they're like, okay, well, it doesn't matter if he's broke. I'll just still, let's bring him in the crib.
So, how, for the men, right? Because I know the men are like, women, we ain't rich enough for all this. We ain't worried about that. Men, how do they avoid these social climbers?
How do they avoid the social climbers?
Don't we have an article that says...
We do have an article about
how
that.
do these men... Because I know black men be real concerned about women using them for dinner. So, how do we help them avoid that? That was a shot. That was a direct shot. So we clear.
For the men?
Yes.
How to know when you're dating a social climber?
Yes.
I have this article.
How do you know you're dating a social climber?
Hang on. My browser lost my stupid article. Okay. So, one of the signs of a social climber is if, she eats the least but costs the most. whenever you go out, you always end up in some club or some place where you can be seen. She wants to meet all of your friends, like, very quickly.
All of them, or maybe specific friends?
Well, she wants to meet specific ones, but whatever. She's climbing. You know what I mean? Sure. You're spending all the money all the time, and you know they don't stick around too long. Like, they drain you, and then they're gone.
I feel like that's perfect for men, because men are always like trying to get in and out. You know, they don't like to waste too much time in relationships. I feel like a social climber is like perfect. Get in and out. She's real fun. 2 months later, she's gone.
She gone.
And she gonna fuck you. It's very unlikely she's not gonna fuck you with all this.
Oh, she 100% will fuck you.
Just saying. Am I wrong, Kingdom?
Yeah. You don't want to talk about it. You were talking about everything else earlier.
Shy over there, Kingdom?
All of a sudden, he's shy.
That's hysterical.
I don't think so. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things. They could be friend poachers. Ooh. You know,
or
they could be.
They're going through the team.
Yeah, they could go through the team. It's like she could always be looking. Like, if you're not rich enough, she could be looking for your rich friend. You know,
the
chicken who?
The chicken head.
New Jack City, like how she went from G Money to Nino Brown.
Okay, so if you can't hear this, he's talking about New Jack City, which I barely even remember.
I know, I'm thinking real hard.
I'm like,
I'm really. Girl, right?
Oh, the girl with the pimples on her booty. Everybody in the world knows. Besides y'all, know about the woman with the pimples in her booty. The dimples in her booty.
The dimples in her booty. Okay.
If you know
about a woman with dimples in her booty, if New Jack City, chime in.
I don't.
Nate, this sounds like it might be a question for you.
Nate knows.
I bet Nate does.
Can you pull up a picture so my brain can come back? Because I am totally blank.
And what are you gonna search for? Pimples in booty?
No, I mean, you could just say like New Jack City cast. There's only so many people in New Jack City that had speaking roles, so.
I guess so.
Because I definitely don't remember who said woman was. All I remember is
I don't either.
The one that was dating yeah, I remember Michael Michelle. That's who I remember.
I don't even remember who that is. Okay, so but my point is.
Oh, she the same? No, that can't be the same chick.
Okay, so we are way off.
Can it be?
We are so off topic.
Oh, she's the same chick.
I don't remember.
We are so off. I don't know if anybody knows. Please let us know.
Please, because I am totally like, man, Judd Nelson looks terrible in that picture.
All these pictures look old, like they're now pictures.
We're Googling New Jack City in case anybody's curious as to what we're doing over here.
They just don't.
They can see us. I'm just like that. We're kind of cutting the audience out of our thing here. So I just wanted to let them know what we're doing.
If she went from G Money to, not Bobby Brown, Nino Brown.
Bobby, Nino.
Yeah, she was 1,000% a social climber because I can't remember a logical reason why she would. And G Money was Alan Payne's character, right?
Right, when he was still in his prime.
Who was this person? I'm so blanking.
I don't know.
That's a social climber because there would be no logical. Nino Brown was a complete and total asshole. There's no reason that you would.
But see, this is the crazy. This is the thing. Like, depends on what you want. If you want status, would he be the guy? Because I can barely remember this.
Wouldn't their statuses be kind of parallel? Because they were.
I
guess he was the right hand, so he wasn't like as influential as Nino, but he was.
Girl,
close.
We are all off. Okay, so.
Sorry,
we need to
audience.
Get back on
we are
topic.
totally in somewhere else.
Yes. We are all over the place. So, that said, when would you agree with dating up? Would you agree with it at all?
I always agree with dating up.
As a man, as a woman, as a what? Anybody?
All right, so. Oh, I forgot about her.
Okay, don't hit play on that. Okay.
I forgot about her. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, we can go back to the thing.
Yeah,
okay, we're back.
Okay.
All right, so
yeah, she's a social
when is it okay though to date up? Like who?
So I'm a bit of a I'm a bit of a bigot, right? So I think all black people should.
All black people should date up. Everybody, we should all do it.
White circles get that money. But
so we should date up with white people.
I get that money.
That's what we should do.
That's our reparations.
Well, that's how Prison Bay did it. He's a $5 million man now.
And Melanie Hobson now, I'm sure she loves George Lucas. I'm sure she does.
Well,
however,
and Melanie was already doing well.
Can he come
not
back?
George
in
Lucas
her own, huh?
Can he come back?
Can who come back?
Jeremy Meeks.
Can he come back from what?
Where? Like with a black woman? He fine. He fine enough.
He probably. I'm sure that there are plenty that would take him.
For sure.
I think he's a little trifling though.
He's not a lost cause.
But
that was strategic. I ain't mad at him.
But he was always dating white women though, because the woman his wife was white. So she was
well, then no, Kingdom. He's lost.
He's gone.
Sauce.
He's gone.
He's in a sunken place, which is fine. He's getting his money.
He found love in a hopeless place. So my point though is that we should date up with white people.
Well, I think women and men have alluded to this a lot, that women do marry to elevate, at least financially, right? That most women do that. I'm of course there's a subset who doesn't. They fully want to love, but I think a significant number of women. I know I think about finances. I think about how this can grow my finances and whatever I'm doing. I definitely am not free with my love. That's just not.
So you would not date or marry down?
No.
No, well, that's 100% no.
I barely want to date or marry parallel.
Okay, well that's fair. Now, how do you suss out? How would you know if a guy were trying to date up and be with you?
That's an excellent question. I mean, I guess if they're trying to make me go out, well, I don't pay for dates, so that would be the first clue if you're trying to get me to pay for dates.
If they want to be all in your lifestyle.
Be in my life, always trying to be around my friends. Those will probably be tells.
I dated somebody once who I suspected liked my life better than he liked me. Not that my life is all that great, but it was better than his life.
How did you suss that out?
I could just tell. Like, he just enjoyed, like, my group of friends. He, like, really liked to do the kind of stuff that we did. And this was years ago. It was, like, he just liked, because I had a really fun group of friends. But he was always kind of, like, you know, curmudgeon-y, because he was a little bit of an outsider in a way. But I think he really enjoyed. Sure? Like, I would go to all these basketball games and he would come with. I mean, we just had fun stuff we were doing.
You sure he just didn't have a life and just you gave him a life, so he was like, "This is the shit," because I'm kind of whack.
Well, what is that if that's not dating up?
Fair. You know what? Fair.
You know what I mean? Fair. That's dating up.
That's fair.
That it isn't always going to be financial disparity so much as it's you know, there's a lifestyle that it affords, but at the same time you're dating to improve your situation.
True.
So that could be social, that could be, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It could be all those things.
Do you think once people have achieved that they're climbed to a certain social level, can they go back down?
They don't want to. They want to maintain that level, and they will leave your ass in the dust. I had a friend. As a matter of fact, I will call her out.
Oh, shit.
No, in a good way. My brown chick from Six Brown Chicks, Zandra, who is the founder of the Six Brown Chicks, she always is like, don't upgrade people too much, because when you upgrade them too much, all they'll do is just leave you after you upgrade them. And that was always her mantra. She was, don't do that shit.
So what's upgrading just enough? Like, where's the...
I know, right?
Where's
the threshold?
I can't upgrade you no more than this level. I'm done.
Well, I don't believe in, like, an exponential upgrade. Like, there's certain things, you're in someone's life, like, you're supposed to improve a person's life that you're with. That's really the goal of being a relationship. You're supposed to improve each other's lives. Now, if you feel that there's no synergy there, and you feel that you're the only person that's doing the upgrading, then maybe you're in the wrong spot, right? Like, I'm always the one that's pulling, you know? And there's never any boosting for me. Then that means that you're in the wrong place. Unless you don't care about that. But at some point, everyone cares about that. They're like, wait, what am I getting out of this shit? I'm the one that's, you know. So I think that if you're... And there's a yin to the yang, right? So everyone doesn't need upgrading in the same way. Like, some people, they need that wardrobe, right?
Yeah.
And you have the taste. So maybe you're upgrading them that way. Some people, they have whack friends. They have a whack social life.
Ooh.
So you need that kind of social rejuvenation. And that's how they help you. But there's got to be synergy. Otherwise, it's just one person boosting. Like, I'm not sure what prison bay brought to the table. Maybe he was fucking the living daylights out of her. I don't know.
Has a big dick, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
We don't say that.
He was giving her that deprived prison sex.
Maybe. You know what?
That I've been locked
BD
up for a while since.
So I just hope he had the BD, because he definitely, not to me, he did not have BD. He was just fine.
Right, and there is a difference.
There is a difference
between fine and BD. That's like there's a difference
him.
between beautiful and sexy.
Absolutely.
There are some women that are beautiful that got dudes are like, nah, but I wouldn't hit it. I'm not sure who some are.
I don't know who that woman is.
We can explore that on a different topic. That might be a different show.
I'm like, what men don't say that? Like, oh, she's beautiful, but I wouldn't fuck her. Where? Now I see them saying she's not sexy. Don't do that, Kingdom. There are women who are beautiful that you are like, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
There's a lot of women.
Who is that?
I don't like pink toes.
You don't like white women.
I don't care how sexy. I don't like.
You're not into that.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
I mean, I get it. I mean, but
I've seen like 3 in my life that
you were like, damn, I got to get me.
She was probably real tan. She was Mediterranean.
No.
Like pale white, like from
paper
white.
I mean, like blonde hair. Like that's the first note. See, don't put me on the spot.
Okay, so look, we got 4 minutes left. We got look, this is gonna be an expose on Kingdom now. Our producers are doing a tell-all, y'all.
He is.
That's what we're.
He don't do the. Okay.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't play in the snow. Okay, I get it.
I don't care how beautiful everybody else thinks they are.
Even like Charlize Theron, because she's pretty fucking fine.
Charlize?
Yes, she is beautiful.
You know what? She's a chameleon.
That did the woman with the black kids that turned them into boys. I mean, girl.
I'm not sure that she's.
I'm not going to go in
We're
that.
not doing that on this show.
You.
Okay, so, but let's back up though to the point. Let's back up to the point, which is, so if you were to date up, what would you be looking for to enhance your life?
So I know where my shortcomings are. You know, like I'm okay with money. I would want somebody who's better than me with money, who's wealth-minded, who can bring. Yes, Charlize Theron. Yes, yeah. I want somebody who can kind of advance me in that way.
Uh-huh.
And I know, shocker. I'm about to say something that's gonna be completely shocking. I'm an introvert, which most people don't believe. So I need somebody who's going to push me to
pull you out of your shell
and be social, and things like that. So those would probably be definitely two areas that I'd be looking to increase some social capital in those areas,
like,
or do some social climbing.
I'm kind of, people don't believe I'm an introverted extrovert, so
as am I.
And Lee would say, my fiance would tell you that I'm an introvert. Like, he would tell people that I don't really feel like being bothered with people a lot of the time. But the way what he does is that he will pull me out and he makes me more social. So that is definitely an enhancer.
Yes.
I tried to make him more organized.
It's failing miserably.
I'm not doing a good job. I try to enhance his wardrobe whenever I can.
Well, is it working though?
Sometimes it works. He's a real big t-shirt guy though.
There's ways to make t-shirts.
And I try to find nice ones, but I'll be like, here, don't wear that. Wear this. So that's the way,
And underwear, I always feel like men in their underwear always have to be upgraded. It's the most bizarre thing. Hey Jamal,
what are the facts? Which facts are you responding to?
But yeah, y'all.
We got 1 minute. Tell us. Oh, some of the underwear is raggedy as hell.
And then y'all keep man. Explain to me in the comments.
We need 2 more
why
minutes.
Y'all keep y'all underwear for like 15 years? That's not what you're supposed to do. You should not have underwear you had in undergrad. That's not no.
But here's the exception to that. I remember, like years and years ago, we went to Jamaica. Okay, and Lee showed. Oh, he's been a trophy for 28 years now. That's so sweet. Lee showed up to Jamaica with no underwear and no socks because he just wasn't organized. See, this is when I decided I'd take over all of that. So I had to go into Girl Jamaica to find some underwear. And it's almost as if people in Jamaica don't wear underwear because you can barely find them, right? And so I finally found underwear. And I was like, you were going to wear those underwear? Because they were so expensive. I'm like, you were going to wear those underwear until the seams are raggedy. Like, that is the only exception that we're going to have. I was like, no, hell no. Because I had to go into the bowels of Negril to find you some underwear, and you're going to wear them until you're 92. So I will replace every other pair of underwear except for that.
Those?
Except those. Great underwear are heirlooms. Pun intended. Ha ha ha. Right. Wear them till your balls fall out.
Just put them in the back of the drawer. You shouldn't be wearing them, like, for real.
I will throw them away.
His underwear?
Well, he's not going to miss them if they're raggedy.
Because if you keep replenishing them, they won't notice. I promise you they won't. Socks and underwear, they'll just keep going. They may notice, like, after a year, like,
I had an aunt who used to use... I had an aunt that used to use her husband's underwear as, like, rags. Like, she would cut them up and use them. I'm like, what is that? That's your uncle. I'm like, ew. Yeah, I was like...
Did she say that?
She was like, I washed them. I'm like, that's still gross. I guess. Anyway, okay. Like, y'all ain't got the granny panties. Stop playing.
Yes, but I don't keep mine for 3 and 4 years. I buy them annually because you need underwear that are comfortable. All underwear cannot be thongs and lacy.
No. I just find pairs of, like, nice-looking underwear that I can just keep. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know how we got here. All right, so if you are dating up or dating down, let us know. If you want to date up or date down, let us know. And we'll be back. Kris is probably still going to be on hiatus for a little while, but we'll have the Shontelle Gina B takeover again, and we probably...
Well, next week, for all of y'all who've been missing In the Zone will be back next Wednesday.
Oh, so you get Shontelle for a couple hours next week. Yay!
Can't get enough of me.
That's right. Okay, so B-Foss will be back in the building with Shontelle.
Yeah, he'll be refreshed from his birthday shenanigans.
Uh-oh.
He just turned 50 on yesterday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah. No, it was 2 days ago.
Today is Wednesday, so it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
He's my Virgo people. So, all right. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in.
I just had mine too.
Oh, that's right. Kingdom. Happy birthday.
All these damn Virgos.
Yes.
Virgos.
These damn Virgos. We rock.
We rock.
That's right. All right. Bye.